right. Well, welcome everybody to our Sunday wake-up call. It is May 15th, if I'm not mistaken. And we're so excited that you guys are here. We have a power pack call, a lot of information, some updates for you guys, some new contests and things to participate in. But first off, I just want to welcome everybody from around the world. So let us know real quick. I know we got a lot of people here live on Zoom. I know we got a lot of people live on Facebook. I'm going to read off from the Zoom. Let us know where you are logged in from, where you're logged on from. We want to get a chance to welcome everybody from around the world. It looks like we've got Sweden in the house, South Africa in the house. We have Michigan in the house, Ohio, Colorado Springs, Albuquerque, New York, Norway, Texas, Georgia. We have Jacksonville, Mississippi, North Carolina, Riverdale. We've got Alberta, Canada, Hungary. So Budapest is in the house. We have Ghana from Africa, Greece, Kansas, South Carolina, Mesa, kind of a local here. We've got Tucson, Romania, California, Jamaica. So we have people literally from all over the world that are pouring in on this call. This call is being recorded. We will shoot it out into all of our channels that you have. If you aren't on our Club Seacret, our Club Fit Telegram program, we're going to make sure that you're in on that, as well as follow us on Instagram, get onto our Facebook page where we're going to be posting all of this stuff. But we are getting this contest up and running, and it's very, very exciting. We are doing things a little bit differently than we've done in our last couple of challenges. We're going to show you a little bit about that, but I'm really, really excited because we have the formulator and creator of the Life by Seacret product line, and a gentleman who's spent pretty much his entire adult life really searching, hunting, being obsessed with what he can do to improve the quality of people's lives, especially through functional medicine. And when it comes to incredible products that are clean, safe, and something that really create a difference in people's life, that aren't focusing on just trying to cover up a symptom, but really strengthening the host. And so I'm really, really, really excited about what we're going to be doing here today. Just a couple of announcements and things that we're doing is, if you are not registered, this is a little bit different. In our previous Facebook groups that we've done with our challenges, which we've done 2 so far, our group was an open group where anybody could join the Facebook group. And then to compete for the $10,000 in prizes and giveaways, you had to purchase a certain products or purchase a certain package. We're doing this a little bit differently because we have opened up this challenge to the entire world, and because there are different products that are available in different parts of the world. Some have this, some have that, some have Shake and Green, some have different products. We just wanted to make sure that everybody could participate and get access to this group and the information, except for this time, it's a little different. We don't want to have any spectators. These are only people that are committed to playing the game with us, which means that you can't just get invited and accepted into the group. You must register for this Club Fit Challenge to be able to participate in the group, get access to all the new information that we're going to be delivering for you guys, but also that's going to put you in the eligibility for the actually more than $10,000 in prizes and giveaways that we're doing here at this particular challenge. So anyway, I'm actually coming at you live from Cali, Colombia. I am actually here in South America. We had an amazing event here yesterday. I'm leaving this to go to an incredible after party, which I'm excited about. And then I'm going to be doing presentations this week down here in Cali and Medellin and Bogota before I come home. And I'm starting my challenge here, which I'm excited about, but I'm also a little like, oh man, because the food here is so good, right? We have my arepas and sancocho and the aguardiente and all the great food here, right? And then I'm going to be traveling over to Europe and different parts of the world. But it's one of those things that, when it comes to our health and our life and our nutrition, it's one of those things that, once it slips away from us, what we won't do to get it back. And the idea behind this program is not as a 60-day challenge. This is actually really a forever challenge to start creating the right habits and things where you're going, okay, how do I win in a climate right now, in an area of life that a lot of people have been a lot of struggle. There's a lot of pain or shame or all these things that go along with it. So real quick, I just want to show you guys just a couple of things here before I bring up the man who you're all here to hear, because I know it's definitely not me. So I want to get a chance to share with you a little bit about what we've done in the past. So you guys can see that, and a little bit about why we're so excited about what this challenge is doing. So in our last challenge, we had a little over 5,000 members, all right? But a lot of those people were just kind of looky-loos, right? So, but the average person that actually completed the challenge, that submitted their results during the challenge, lost over 14 pounds for men, that's over 6 kilos, over 10 pounds for women, over 4.5 kilos, okay? But outside of that, we had the average percentage weight loss. And I want you to understand, this isn't a weight loss challenge, but we know that when people have healthy habits, a lot of the times they end up usually shedding some of the things that are unwanted a lot of times. Our women have lost incredible, our average inches and centimeters that are lost. These are measurements you're going to be starting to take tomorrow. You have this week in order to submit, in order to be eligible for the prizes. And we've done different types of prizes in the past, and we're congratulating all of our winners that have done incredible from their body transformation, and our top 3 that won some incredible prizes over the course of the last challenges here. So actually, I want to know he's actually here in Colombia with us. Enrique, congratulations. Our number 1 winners that are actually tied, Melanie and Silvana for our last club, and Chris Carroll, who just did an incredible job. So this is really transformative of what's happening for people. And what's next is this next 60-day challenge. And why the reason we're really excited is we have brought on like the best of the best here, and bringing in Kim Lyons. And if you haven't got a chance to hear her story and learn about who she is, what she's been able to do in the course of her career, it's been pretty incredible. And I know some of you guys have seen her trainings and videos, but what she is adding, the value that she is adding to this program, with from nutrition plans to meal plans to workout plans to programs, is something that is normally a huge price point that she currently sells of her simplified nutrition program and fitness program for over $700 currently. And I said, listen, I want you to bring in that incredible program inside of our Club Fit Challenge, except for I don't want us to do $700. In fact, I don't even want to do 50% off. It's actually available only for registering through our program for $29.99. Right now, from there, that gets you in the 150-page workbook, interactive. We're going to talk a little bit about that, of what you're getting, because it is most of week 1 has been posted in the group. So if you're in the group, you're seeing it, downloading it, printing it, going through it. But we have different categories that everyone's going to be competing in. Men competing with men, women with women. We've broken into multiple categories, under 40 and over 40. We have different percentage weight loss, body transformation. So we've literally doubled the number of winners, and the top 100, top 10 in each of those categories is going to be getting our Club Fit branded Spark water bottle, which actually is incredible, because when you open it up to put the water in, there's an app that actually connects through Bluetooth through your phone, and it tracks how many ounces of water you're drinking throughout the day. So I love it. But we've upped the prize pool. And this is one of the things I'm probably the most excited about, is because we have 24 winners that are not 12 that are going to be in these categories. But our top winners aren't just going to be getting cash, and they're not just going to be getting products. They're going to be getting an hour consultation and treatment with Dr. Howard Cohn. For those of you guys that have the opportunity to visit the Cohn Health Institute, I highly recommend doing this in person. If you don't have the opportunity to do this in person, then of course you're going to be able to do that over Zoom. And people say, can you really have a transformative experience and a consultation and treatment over Zoom? And 100% you can. Now, what is the value of this? Well, Dr. Cohn's time, I know he's had a waiting list of, over 12 months at many times in his career, where people are looking to come and see him, from flying from literally all over the world with some of the worst conditions that any human being I've ever experienced, because he got known, if you can't get help, go see Dr. Cohn. And so we're going to be the winners are going to be getting this consultation from him. So I want to thank him for contributing his time for this contest. But we also have a special challenge that's going on right now, is that the top 3 Club Fit participants who refer the most people to the challenge. People say, well, how do you track that? Well, upon your registration, which is going to start taking place tomorrow, when you actually register for the challenge, when you're inside of the group, once you've claimed your spot inside of the group, it asks who referred you. And so the people that refer the most are going to get a 30-minute private consultation and call with Kim Lyons. And this could be something around your personal health or nutrition or anything like that. So you have these people that have decades of experience in their field that are going to be basically giving their time, which we're really excited about. Now, we're going to be tapping all this off and finishing all this with our Club Fit Escape at the Fives in Mexico, celebrating. For those of you guys that want to come celebrate with us and see everybody in person and be there with me and Kim and all of our trainers, I'm going to be there. I can't wait to celebrate with you guys on the beaches of Mexico, showing off this new bod that I've got. But registration is open. So what do we want to be doing right now is registering for the challenge. You can do all that at clubfitchallenge.com. clubfitchallenge.com. You register for the challenge. It's only $29.99. That gets you inside of the group. Once you're in the group, you're gonna get access to everything. You're gonna get the emails, the registrations, the links, and all that stuff that's gonna be happening. Now, we do have some packages that are available kind of US and Canada. We also have some other Club Fit kits, as we call them. But really, whether you have a Health Made Simple, you have the Alkaline Trio, whatever products you have in the marketplaces that we have, from whether it be Europe or Africa or Asia or South America. So make sure, just the goal would be to get as many of the products as you possibly can, to have as many of them in your arsenal as you possibly can, to fortify you throughout this challenge, to be able to get the best results. Now, definitely follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/ClubFit Challenge. Follow us on Instagram at ClubFit Challenge. Get us on Telegram, so bit.ly/ClubFit Telegram. If you go into your Telegram, you search ClubFit Challenge, you should be able to find us in there as well. I know some people said the QR code they were having a little bit of challenge with. But I'm going to show you a little bit inside of the group here in a little bit, so you guys can see and get a sneak peek. And I almost want to, let me just show you one thing here real quick, because when you get inside of this, I want you to take a look at just one of the week 1 simplified meal plans. I'm going to take over that Kim put together with the meal prep and everything of the steps and the recipes, literally from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. A lot of people are asking, well, what do I do? And how do I do this? And how do I put this together? And how do I keep it simple? And we're talking about literally, and when you get on the inside and you see the value of these programs, this is what people are asking for in our last challenges. And we want more on nutrition, more on meal plans, more on like, just tell me what to go do and I'll go do it. So we're giving you everything that you guys are going to have. So inside of the group, you guys are going to be seeing this. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going live inside of the group for those that are already registered and inside of our new Club Fit Challenge group for May. But now it is time. Now that looks like we've got everybody on here. I know we've got some people that are going to be straggling in. If you're watching this on a replay, I'm so glad that you're here. Go get registered. Hopefully it's not too late, because we only have a handful of days left, and then you're going to have to wait for the next challenge. So number 1, register. Number 2, who's going to participate in this challenge with you? And then number 3 is to get your products. So let's talk about our products. So what are we doing here in our Life by Seacret product line? And what can this do for you? More importantly, the people that you know, because there's so many people out there, whether they're agents or customers or participating, we want them to experience what it's like to have this community so they can go out there and get the results that they're looking for. And a lot of people say, like, okay, I mean, there's a gajillion products on the market, right? So, and how do I know? And everybody says that they're the best. I mean, let's be real about that. So how do you really compare, and what makes our product special? What makes them unique? What's a differentiator behind them? And obviously, why do they even exist, and what's the purpose of them? And obviously, there's nobody better than the formulator and the creator himself. And I'm so excited that he's here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friend, Dr. Howard Cohn, welcome to our Club Fit Wake Up Call Zoom. What's up, buddy? Uh-oh, sorry, you're muted out. So let me, I think I muted everybody. That was my fault. Do I need to unmute you, or can you unmute yourself?
How about now?
I got you now, my friend.
All right, that's me. Well, so good to see everybody. Happy Sunday, and happy whatever day you're watching this on, if you're not watching it live. So we are excited. I am 10 times more excited, as usual, listening to you talk about everything. Obviously, the last challenge was tremendous. The results were far beyond companies and programs that I see invest millions and millions of dollars to try and help hack or biohack this weight management challenge that people have, and seeing the results that you've put on the board and we've been able to measure with our own community, doing it even in many ways, some parts of the country where we didn't have even all the tools, meaning all the products, or necessarily following everything that was laid out, and then now seeing bringing in the heavy, no pun intended, or definitely the opposite intended, with Kim Lyons and everything she's done to what we already know works, is going to amplify it for a lot of people. So for people who have not been in the challenge, now is the time. If you know anybody that's on the fence, call them one by one. I wouldn't just like blast out an informational thing. It doesn't hurt to do things like that, but it's really good to personally invite the people you love and care about and let them know what you're doing. Let them know that you would like your friends to hold you accountable for what you're about to do. And then you'd be surprised when you're asking your friends to do that, how many people will actually say, hey, what would it take for me to do it with you? And don't be shy about inviting people to do it with you, the people you care about, your friends, your family, your loved ones. You don't have to think about the most morbidly obese people you know and call them, but anybody who's looking to get healthy. This is really a health challenge. And if you have weight that needs to be redistributed on your body, and for some of us, that's off of our body, then this is a great challenge for you. If you want to get healthier, this is a great challenge. I highly recommend that people do this challenge, whether they look like they need to lose weight or not, because there's a tremendous amount of things going on with people's health these days, more than ever, where we have a tremendous amount of what we call skinny fat people, which are people that don't show their fat on the outside, but their fat is on the inside, whether it's around their arteries or inside their arteries, whether it's around their heart, their liver, their, different organs, whether it's, interfering with their gallbladder working, whatever it's doing, or it's become a hormone disruptor for them. And they are laying down fat in ways on the inside. So where they look good on the outside, but on the inside, they're becoming massively unhealthy and potentially setting themselves up for a real horrific health challenge. So again, like with all our products, we must be good citizens and tell you that our products are not intended to diagnose or treat or cure or mitigate any disease or condition. And like we always recommend, definitely check with your healthcare practitioner, not necessarily disease care practitioner, but healthcare practitioner before starting any new challenge or anything that involves diet and other things. So knowing this, that we have put this together, this thing's been vetted by tens of thousands of people that have gone through the Cohn Health Institute, and it's been tweaked and evolved over the years to really, again, make people healthier. And as you have weight to lose, becoming healthier involves you losing that weight. So again, it's a health made simple, not just weight loss made simple, because a lot of times as well, you'll see people join this challenge who are always just blame their extra skinniness. I know you hate them all, but on as like they have metabolisms of a cheetah, right? They can eat anything. They can eat 3 different orders of nachos right in front of you and not put a pound on, while you had a chip and put on 3 pounds. That would be me. And so really selfishly, these products have been created with my crappy genetics in mind, as well as many of us have picked that straw and wanted a way to what we call biohack the challenges that we have. But a lot of those people for the first time in their life have been able to put on lean muscle mass by using the shake and the greens and the other products. And also know this, I know that every country is different. As we say, don't hate the player, hate the game. The reality is that we are working painstakingly around the world to babysit and hold the hands of every government, health organization, and every supply chain issue, and every little thing that somebody doesn't like the name of something or an ingredient, to get each and every one of these products into each and every one of your countries. Just know this, that not every government has your best interests in mind. We'll just leave it at that. So it's going to be somewhat challenging to do it. And like I did a call not that long ago with my good friends, my new good friends, fast friends in the African continent, who have done amazingly to get all the products on their own, paying 30% more, probably waiting a month to get them, but they got the products to themselves anyway. So where there's a will, there's a way. You can get any product, obviously do it through legal channels. But these products are out there. We can get them to you as much as we can through the company in the legal way to do that. And there's always other ways to get these products to you. But know this, each and every single one of these products that you add to your program will actually move your health and your ability to, let's say, achieve a healthier weight in the right direction. There's not one of these now 13 products that we have, more on the way, not one that there's not a testimonial from somebody where it wasn't their breakthrough product, even down to their vitamin D, or even down to their green caps or their Hydro FX or whatever it was, their Digestex. That was the thing that finally broke them through with their challenges with weight. So every time you add something, you increase your ability. There are things in the energy that are designed as well to alter appetite. There's all these different, even in the Munex, if you actually look through the different ingredients and you start hitting your favorite search engine, and you thought you were just doing it to kind of help support your immune system, there's a lot more things going on there, especially when it comes to this challenge. So again, one of the things and helpful benefits that are happening here, there are all kinds of programs where you can shred weight, but you can get massively unhealthy at the same time. And because of their the way they've done it, it's not really sustainable. So the second you try and go back to having a normal meal with a family member, friend, or loved one, out comes the weight, except it's coming back in a fervor. So these things are designed to be a lifestyle. They're things that we can do every day, that anybody can fit a shake and greens at least once, if not twice, throughout their day. It minimizes the amount of other crap we shove in our mouth. And if you do that, we have our boosters to offset that. If you're starting to degrade your body, we have our recovery and our hydro effects to help with that. If things slow down, we have our digestics to get things moving. If things start growing in you that shouldn't, we have our probiotics to offset that. If you come fatigued and you're eating crappy food to try to get energy, we have our green caps and energy for that. So on and on, as you start to fade and you feel crappy, you're going to eat more junk too. So you have our Munex to build that up. As you don't get out in the sun and get your vitamin D, you have the same slowed metabolism. So when you have your vitamin D, that jumps it up as well. And really, there's not a thing that we've created. And obviously, the ace in the hole would be the curb, which if you really want to shut down that overactive fork that you're suffering from, you can just go to town on the curb. Now, I will tell you, you should take what's written on the label in all of these, unless you've consulted a doctor who can give you different advice for your specific situation. So my healthcare practitioner team, and it takes a team, it takes a freaking village to keep this thing going at the pace that we run at. I'm not necessarily running at the Jesse Macpherson pace, but I try and at least stay on the track with this man here. But I have been known to take a little off-label amount of the curb just to make sure I don't empty the, the dessert bar, if you will. So anyway, so that's what's going on, man. We're excited.
You tell me. I am excited. So thank you for being here, my friend. And so a couple things I want to answer. I've been looking through some of the comments. So once you have registered for the challenge, you do that at clubfitchallenge.com. Then at the end of your registration, it's going to actually give you the link to join the group, which is our Club Fit Challenge May Challenge. Now, if you're in a pending status over there, what happens is it's going to actually let you in, but you had to use the same email when we asked you when you joined the group as the one you registered for on the website, because it actually coincides with. That's how we know that it's you. So that's first off. But the other thing is, some of you guys just did this over the weekend, and our Club Fit team, a lot of them are Monday through Friday. So first thing in the morning on Monday when they start working, they're going to get in there and make sure that everybody's that is connected, they're registered. So if you've been over the weekend, you're like, how do I get in the group? So wake up in the morning, you should be just fine. So, but or check back later here tonight. We'll make sure we get you guys in on that. Now, I'm actually, like I told you, I'm here in Colombia. I'm not at home, but I got my, this isn't like, you like my display here, Mr. Cohn? So I travel with all of this, because it's like I'm thinking about it. I was like, what do I leave with happen? And I don't check bags ever. And they're like, you can carry all this stuff on. Heck yeah, 100%. So, and I don't have actually two things of the greens. I actually have an empty one, and I put my chocolate shake in one. So I've got my chocolate. This is my greens. I got my greens here, my greens powder, and then I've got my chocolate shake inside of this is my chocolate shake inside of the other greens container. And it's funny when I go through security, because these are normally the ones I got to take out, because they always do the little test on them before you go through. But as I have these products, my energy, my digestics, my vitamin D, my recovery, my boosters, and it's always one of those things that I find interesting, because I get asked this question. I was like, what's your favorite product? And I'm like, how do you, I've heard it related to, it's like, well, what's your favorite kid? And I was like, oh, come on, y'all parents, you got a favorite kid, but in all seriousness, I know as the creator, these are kind of like your babies, Mr. Cohn. And do you have a favorite, or one that you maybe use the most, or recommend the most, or you see used the most? Or I know that's an unfair question to ask, but I figured I'd throw it out there.
Well, before I get to that, I can't tell you, just reminded me, I can't tell you how many times that I have traveled with the Seacret products. And yes, when somebody wants to do the little dusting test to make sure that it's just not a bomb in my greens, I can't tell you, 9 out of 10 times, whoever does it goes, hey, this stuff looks great. How do I get some? Where do I get some? I cannot tell you how many times I've given out people's numbers from Seacret. I just kind of rotate people's numbers who I have on my phone. So here, call this person. And because I'm telling you, you got it. If you can not sell from empty basket, unless you have it, unless you're wearing the brand, unless you're showing the brand, unless you drink it. I mean, while you were talking, I'm shoving like supplements in my mouth and drinking my shake. So, I mean, it's got to be always happening. And my favorite product is the one I need the most at that moment, really, to be honest with you. So for me, I beat the crap out of myself. I mean, I play hockey a lot, so I mean, I take a lot of recovery, and then, but I tell you, some of these things you don't realize how good they are until you miss them or you ran out. Like if I have to, like, go to sleep and I'm without boosters, I know it's not going to be as good a deal in the morning without the boosters. And so all the way across the board, if I find myself just eating voraciously, I realize that I did not take my curb for some reason. If I find myself just bloated or just like things are not moving, I realize that I either skipped my probiotics or I had not taken my Digestex. Again, if I find myself tired in the afternoon, it's probably because I did not take my shake and greens in the morning, and because there's this sustainability factor. If I find out that I'm out of energy, out of my energy product, my Seacret energy, I realize that I'm going to be tired or I'm going to have to, grab a coffee or something. So, I mean, it's really on and on. And then there's the ones that creep up on you when you're not taking them, like Hydro FX. If I skipped it that morning, I just know that something's not as solid as it once was. There's, for me, I don't feel as clear-headed without my vitamin D with vitamin K. So all of these things are things that I take each and every day. I mean, will I make a product for a Seacret one day that I don't take? Maybe, but I doubt it because, there's so much. Listen, in our clinic, we have 3,500 different products. There's clearly, I don't take them all because some of them are there for a very specific reason for people that have something, and maybe only 1 out of 500 people that come need this one product, but when they come, I need that product. So, but that's something that we would probably not have at Seacret because we wouldn't need it. But our goal is to make sure that you guys have a village of doctors and practitioners, wellness practitioners that use Seacret products that you can rely on and use on your team to help your team and teams as they grow, have a place to go outside of their telehealth where they are handling their emergency care, but also having a wellness team in each community of people that use our products and are really changing the future of the health of the world. So that is our ultimate goal with what's going on here, which I hope you're all going to join me in and are already doing.
Absolutely. So, and for those of you guys that are anxious, you're like, where do I fill out my stuff? It's a little bit different this time. You can't do it early. And so we're going to be sending out the information tomorrow. Now, even though the challenge does start tomorrow, everybody has the entire week up until May 20th to be able to invite new people. Now, those of you that are obviously getting in, filling out your statistics and doing your measurements and all that kind of stuff, that's going to be sent out emails, text message. You'll see that inside of the group for you to be able to put all your information in to be able to register for the contest to win the prizes. But that doesn't mean that somebody on Tuesday can't join. Somebody on Wednesday can't join. So literally they might have a couple days less, they don't have 60 days, they have 57 days to compete in the challenge. But again, remember, it's not about winning the prizes, although the prizes are good. It's about what this is going to do for your life. Now, Dr. Cohn, I can tell you that, I got this question a lot, and I think it's something, because prior to getting a chance to meet you, I was taking a protein shake, and I bought a lot of them, and some of them taste fantastic. And then you would read it and you're like, this is a candy bar. This is not health. And then there's some that you would be like, okay, this is fantastic. And I remember I was taking a vegan protein shake, and I was taking it because I knew it was good for me, but I knew it was good for me, but it did not taste good at all. Oh, it's so gross. All right. Now, it's one of those things when you take a look at our products and on the marketplace is, I get this question a lot, and I know you get this question a lot. like, why is this different than that? Or why is this better than that? Versus what I took before. Now, whether it was something I bought, from a direct sales company that they shipped the products to me, or whether I went down to my local store and I picked something off of the shelf, whether it be Whole Foods or GNC or my local vitamin shop, what would you say is kind of a differentiator between these products and why they're different than what else is on the market?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different things. Number one is that where something could be organic, it's organic. And so most people's are not organic. The other things too, especially with our greens, they're prepared to raw standards, where most of them you'll see, almost all of them are not raw, especially when it comes to greens. And if it is, it's the experience you talked about, which is most people tried it once, it tasted awful, and then they paid too much money for it to throw it out. So they put it in their refrigerator or their cabinet, and it's been sitting there the whole time. And they've never had it again. They just think they should, but they just never do it. So, the goal in what we've done was to actually make it taste good, which is something very significant. So we've been able to actually get people to actually have raw green foods like wheatgrass and barley grass, which usually tastes like licking the bottom of your lawnmower. But the reality is we've been able to make it taste great, and without adding sugar and making it a candy bar like you talked about. So that's been a big thing. You very rarely, if ever, on any organic product or any wellness product or any product at this level, will see the Informed Sport emblem on it, which means that things like our energy and our boosters and our recovery and our shake are clean tested for over 200 banned substances, so that world-class athletes, professional athletes, and collegiate athletes can safely take them, and they can look up each and every batch. The other thing too is that you have 3 decades plus of clinical information to put these products together. So where instead of buying 4 products, you could buy 1 and get the effect of 4 products. So we've been able to streamline people's finances for that. We've been able to innovate delivery technology to make the experience of taking stuff better, so that people don't have what we call pill fatigue. So for example, with our vitamin D, it's chewable and it tastes great and there's no sugar in it. So yourself or your teenager, somebody's going to have a much better experience doing that. With our probiotics, you tear it off the packet, you just shoot it, and it tastes like your favorite cereal. People love it. It's hard to just take one. So that's again 1 less pill to take and 1 more great experience. And people for the first time ever are saying, wow, I've never felt a probiotic before, but this one I feel. And so that's really a unique thing to be able to do that. Same thing with our energy product. Instead of having this massive carbon footprint of millions of cans or plastic containers around the world being added to our landfills and oceans, we're able to now have something in an easy packet that you could tear off and add to your own water, rather than hope that the water that's been used in the can or the packet or the plastic container that you're buying your energy drink from was good. This way we know that you can use your own water, hopefully with the new hydrate flask that you won in this contest. However, you would be able to do that, modulate, and take it everywhere. So we're not shipping and wasting, fuel and stuff shipping, because it becomes harder and harder to get these days, where you have something such a lighter packaging. So we're able to pass the cost savings on to you and have something organic without jitters and crash, which nobody has. So, I mean, we can keep going forever on all these different things, but each product is designed for you to unapologetically destroy everyone else's product out there. So where we end up saying our only competitor is ignorance.
Oh, our only competitor is ignorance. It's one of those things that I found interesting, because you could literally take 2 products and look at the back of them, and they could have the same ingredient list, but be completely different products that actually you're putting in your body. And the results of that. And I love it, when I've had a chance to talk to you about, where their products are sourced and the ingredients are sourced, because, there's a difference. There really is. So, and especially, those labels can be deceiving. And, it seems like everybody's a label expert nowadays, Doc. I don't know if that happens to you. It's like, it's always funny. how the one person is like, well, what's in it, right? And they're like, well, let me take a look at that, and they're like, oh, I don't know about that, but 40 minutes earlier they just shoved some fast food in their mouth, and I'm like, how is this? How? Anyway, that's my pet peeve. I just a little bit on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, at the end of the day, a Big Mac and a Wagyu A5 steak. At the end of the day, when you look at the label of them, they're just still both classified as beef. So, one cost $1 and the other one cost $120 for the same amount. So there's no way that those two pieces of beef have had the same experience from the cow to your mouth at all.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is, man, is that the truth? So
Mhm.
so Doc, when I got a chance to meet you, how many years have it been? 5 years? 4 years?
4.5 maybe.
Yeah, 4.5, something like that. It's one of those things when we started kind of having this conversation about, what health really looks like. And one of the conversations that we talked about was, the original company that you started where these products were originally launched was called 7.2, the alkaline company.
Mhm.
And that was, it kind of led me down a path of like, what is that? What does that even mean? Is that conversation, relevant? So you talk about 7.2 and alkalinity, and what's the purpose of that? Is it, I've heard people say it's viable, it's not viable in different circles and different professions and different doctors. So, is alkalizing something that you can do? Is it, how valuable is it? And are these products really designed for that?
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to get distracted and caught up in a name, both positively and negatively. So a lot of people have heard the buzzword of alkalinity or alkaline or alkalize, and then they go, "Oh, it's great for you. It's alkaline, right?" And then other people or certain physicians will go, "Oh, that's not real. That's fake. That's phony. That's not a thing. Your body maintains its own alkalinity." And the reality is both is correct, but that's not what we're talking about. Whether we use alkaline or we use oxygen rich or we use organic or we use whole food, they're all crossing over in the same realm, which is that at the end of the day, it's the terrain that determines your health. And, when we started this many years ago, working with Mazaffer and Mike Zanardelli and Marcus Setta, an original company that we were part of long before 7.2, was educating people about their caustic environment in their air and their water and food, how we've lost control of that. And they were way ahead of our times. And we had filtration systems for your air, your water, your food, skincare products and hair care products and cleaning products without any toxic chemicals in them that you could even ingest. I mean, so way ahead of everybody's time. But the reality is that there's so much toxic stuff in our environment, in our air or water or food, and now electromagnetically that you can't see. There's things dropped on us from the sky. There's the manipulation of our sunlight, our weather, everything. So it's impossible to really get to everything for anyone to afford it unless you're living in a bubble, and then life is miserable. So at the end of the day, it's really about, as you said in the beginning, strengthening the host and really working to clean up your terrain. When the fish dies, it's not because, as long as you're feeding it, if you don't clean the bowl, it's the dirty fishbowl situation. So our goal is to clean up the inside by making sure we feed it the right things. Now, normally what happens when you take things like boosters and greens and minerals and hydrogen and stuff like that, it sets your body up to better help maintain its already existing alkaline environment. So when people say that your body does it all by itself, the question is at what cost? So you got to rob your body of calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium and other minerals to maintain your own alkalinity. These are things that are not manufactured by your body, but have to come from the food from our outside. From the outside, our food is so devoid of nutrition in the world, not just American, but worldwide, that if we don't supply these things from the outside, our body is deficient and pulls it from our organs and our tissues. So even though your body maintains it, it depletes itself in the process to the point where it sets itself up for disease and dysfunction. So our goal is to give your body what it needs in order for it to fight, right? If you have no boots and you have no guns and no ammo or anything, you're not going to be able to fight any kind of war against anything that's coming your way. But if we give yourself the tools to fight, then you can do that. And these are really the tools to fight. They're not guarantee of health, because there's a lot of factors that determine that. And at the end of the day, it's the emotional stress that we allow ourselves to get under and put ourselves under that will have you exit the planet faster than anything you're doing dietarily or physically to your body, which is why it's Seacret. We try and create a community of people that, even if you weren't blessed or lucky enough to grow up with a great family, great friends, great surroundings, great city, great anything or opportunity, that we're here to show you that opportunity exists, loving people exists, people that only see people for their, as God's creation rather than the differences between people, all exist under one umbrella called Seacret. And it's a product that's more important than even any nutritional skincare product or travel that people do not talk enough about at Seacret, which is a community that the VentureBots have laid out, created, and maintained and sustained regardless of all the shit that's happened in the world in the last 2.5 years, including the last, 20 years that they've been around, and so on and so forth. And that's one of the purest things about this company, and something that makes it more unique than anything. The products are unique, but that is something that will sustain anything. And it's a part of community I know that the Club Fit community has grown out of. But again, Club Fit community is just another way for people to find out about the greater community, which is Seacret.
For sure. I can tell you, for the past 10 years, this community has changed my life, and the addition of these amazing products, and now really our club and our lifestyle membership, that is you're right. At the end of the day, what it is life is relationships. Relationships that we have with ourselves, relationships we have with others, relationships we have with God, our creator, food, our nature, our environment, Mother Earth. Like, all the relationships that we have add up to this. And what we're looking for is, to have some joy, have some fun, have some, experiences, and I believe that, in order for us to give more, we need to have more to give, which means, you can't fill from an empty tank. And so part of this is making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And when I got a chance to meet you, and, it's one of those things where we talked about, is like, there's so many symptoms that are out there in the world, and people having this challenge, and symptom. And it's like, everyone's like these symptoms, and I remember you telling me, like, I don't care about your symptoms. And I was like, really? I want you to care about my symptoms. I care a lot about my symptoms. And you were like, no, it's not that I don't care about your symptoms. I care more about you than your symptom is an affect, meaning, like, just, when you have a headache, it's not because you have a Tylenol deficiency. And I'll never forget when you said that, because it was like a click in my brain, where it was like, these products were not designed as band-aids to fix a symptom. They were designed to strengthen the host. And if you can go out there and strengthen the host, you can open up people's world. You can see the light turn back on inside, like physically and literally, mentally, in so many different ways, where it's like a switch where you're like, man, I felt like I was off, like I was living life at it through this dimness, right? But when people get a chance to get their power back and their health, and they see what's possible, and we're not talking about, this crazy overnight transformation, but progress, heading in the right direction, it's incredibly powerful. So, Doc, we've been here for longer than I anticipated. Thank you so much for your time. I don't want to take any more of your time here today, but, I guess just maybe in parting here is this, here's what I want. I want everybody that's on here listening to this, watching this. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to join the challenge. It's pretty simple. So, I want you to join the challenge, but more importantly, I want you to get some people to come do this with you. So, and I think you started at the beginning of the call, but maybe you could talk a little bit more about that. I see people posting. I'm excited about that, posting up, hey, the challenge. But I think what you said earlier of, like, I think the best way is to ask people to hold you accountable towards what you're going to do. And I think if you did that and say, hey, listen, I'm going to be doing this challenge. Here's why I'm excited about it. And I want you, as one of my friends, hold me accountable. And if it's something you want to do with me, I'd love to do it with me. Well, I'd love for you to do it with me, but here's what I'm going to do. And I want you to hold me accountable. But if you were to go out there and share this with the world, share this with the people you care about the most, what would you do?
Well, I would probably go through my contact list, and rather than trying to get them to sign up for anything or in anything, really go announce to them one by one that I'm going to be doing this challenge. I'm excited about it. When I signed up to do it, I thought about people that'd be fun to do it with, or people that'd be fun to at least, I know they would like as a friend hold me accountable, or a family member hold me accountable, or as a loved one hold me accountable, or as a coworker hold me accountable. And my goal is to have at least 10 people do it with me. And I don't know where you're at in your life or what you feel like doing, or if you're looking to make a change in your health, but I'd love you to do it with me. This is what I'm doing. You can find out more. You can watch this video. Here's this link. It starts tomorrow. Who else? And that's what I would do. I would just, because here's what you're going to have. You're going to have people that join it with you, and you're going to have raving fans, and you'll have both. And you'll be able to hold other people accountable too. And you just say, I've been having super fun with this company. I'm super fun, taking these products. Now I'm going to take it to the next step and really go for my goals like I've been trying to do for a long, long time. I'm not going to wait 10 years and try and make it happen. I'm going to do it now and really just, hit the stride of summer, and that people are going to see me looking good as the summer hits. And unless you're a part of the world right now where it's a different part of the world where the summer already happened. So you'll be able to navigate through the winter. So that's really what I would do, because again, there's no better feeling you'll ever have in someone else's life being better because you have an influence on it. And, the money's great, the travel's great, and the health is great, but this is the juice. The juice is helping others. There's no better feeling in the world. There's no industry in the world where the more people you help, the more money you make. Which is, wow, such a cool concept. And there's so many people that have distorted this industry away from its original intent, which was to give people opportunity, everyone, and level the playing field. There's a lot of talk about, equity, equality, and leveling the playing field, but there's no industry that does it more efficiently and more truthfully and more honestly and authentically than direct sales and network marketing. There's no company more poised with more things available. You have health, you have nutrition, you have wellness, you have travel, you have all these opportunities, you have experiences, and then you have community, and it's all in one spot. So that's what I do.
Well, guys, thank you so much, Dr. Cohn. I can't wait. And let's just, you guys know, this Monday, not tomorrow, because we're launching the challenge. And this first week of the challenge is for everybody to be able to get their stats in, get their contest details in, to be eligible for the prizes at the end, but also to invite more people. We want to continue to invite and add more people to the challenge of this next week. And next Monday, we have Dr. Cohn and Kim Lyons, who's going to be launching the program and giving you all the details. So if you guys want to be able to ask questions of Dr. Cohn, all the different things that we're going to be doing, this is going to be a huge opportunity for you guys. The last thing that I'll share with you guys is this, I do know that there are a lot of agents that are watching this from around the world. And one of the things that I think a lot of times people go is, how do I go out there and sell this? And I would recommend is not to sell it. They said this is social sharing, not social selling, really. And the reason why I say that is sharing is you're only selling if you're not telling a story of something that's real. And what I mean by that is creating your own testimonial. Now, a testimonial requires you to pass the test. That's why it's called a testimonial. Pass the test to be worthy of your monial, I guess. I don't know. But you guys get what I mean. What I'm talking about is finishing, something where you're getting a result in your life. And the previous challengers, which a lot of them are on here, and Char and Monty and some of the other people that I see, you guys, I freaking love you guys for everything you guys are doing and helping promote this challenge. But the idea behind it is go create your own story, because this isn't the last challenge that we're going to be doing. We plan on doing at least 2-3 of these a year. And what we want to do is just continue to have them grow and get bigger and be able to add more. And you think this one was good? Then I already have the next one lined up for what we're going to be adding to it. It's going to blow your mind. But how we're going to be getting more people to participate is go make a difference in your life. Go show people your energy go through the roof. Go show people that extra that you dropped off. Go show people fit into those jeans that have been hanging in your closet that you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So go show off what's possible from doing this, and be loud and be proud about the results that you're creating, because you're making a difference in the quality of your life. Because again, at the end of this is about creating results that are sustainable, not just obtainable in a short term. anybody can do something short. What we want to do is we want to give people this intense power back in terms of their health and what's possible by going out there and making incremental habitual changes and giving your body what it really needs to fortify. Because look, it is a challenging time out there, a challenging world out there. And we want to equip you not just with incredible products, but the right mentorship, the right guidance, the right support, and the right community. We're so grateful that you guys were here today. Dr. Cohn, thank you guys so much. I'm heading off for this, and I'm heading down to go meet with our CEO, Mr. Isaac Ben Shabbat, as well as some of the other amazing team that's been down here at our launch in our Columbia with some of the amazing success that's happening. But clubfitchallenge.com, go register. Details are on the site. We can get you everything. For those of you guys that are making sure that you got everything, our team will make sure we get you guys in the group. And the best place to message us, and tomorrow we're going to be fielding all of our messages on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Club Fit Challenge. Our Facebook page, Club Fit Challenge, has a Facebook page where you can message us on Facebook. Almost all of our communication is going through there. So thank you guys so much. And we will see all of you and all your friends and all your family inside of the challenge. Let's go make it happen. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
You guys.